Hey, high levelers, Ray O'Daniel here. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, what we're going to be talking about is client prospecting. You're a marketing agent, you're a consultant, you want to start selling services through HighLevel and really getting people to utilize your software and get monthly recurring revenue from them. How do you do that? How do you begin the prospecting? What are some of the cool things that you could do for free that just take your time that could potentially get you those clients? So let's discuss that in this video. Before we get started, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please hook me up, subscribe to my channel. You will get updates whenever I post videos. Click the little bell icon and you'll get notified and so forth. Thank you so much. Let's hop right into it. So HighLevel over the past few months has recently introduced a new prospecting tool. Great feature that is going to allow you to at least provide a deliverable to a client, something that it's like the law of reciprocity. You're going to give your client something, you're going to give them this free report, and in return, maybe they'll call you back and set up a call to discuss how you can potentially help them with the HighLevel software. Now, before we get into the prospecting tool, what I want to show you is just a couple of quick features that I want to point out to you that I think are great features that you can go right off the bat. Now, I'm not trying to tell you how to run an agency, but let's take a look here. These are a couple of examples that I created here of just, these are the things that are quick wins. These are, you can sell it directly to clients no matter what, and these are great tools that they can begin using immediately. So number one is reputation management. Nobody really has a great reputation management tool or system, and if they do, some of the ones out there in the market are very, very pricey to do that. So HighLevel, you can offer this, you can offer the feature that all the reputation management stuff that HighLevel has, their reviews, and even their widget. Remember, they have a website widget that you can copy the code and paste it under your testimonials, post it on your website, and you can see both your Google and your Facebook reviews pulled together. That's a great feature right there that you can update. That is a feature that I know you have to pay for on a third party if you want to be able to do that. So that's just one thing, the website chat widget. So when you're looking at your clients, you're going to look at their website. I'm going to walk you through some of the prospecting that I do. And I just want to show you some of the things that I look at just real quick that you can look at regarding your clients that can open up the door to a conversation that then can allow you to be able to provide your services to fix that, as well as potentially onboard them to provide these features for them, which is going to be great for their lead generation. So the website chat widget, if their website does not have a chat widget on it that allows direct real-time communication, that's going to be another benefit. The lead connector mobile app. Now guys, these are not in order of any importance, by the way. These are just things that popped off the top of my head that I just wrote down. So these are not like highest, most important to lowest, not at all. But the Lead Connector mobile app is one tool that the owner can use that gives a consolidated view of no matter where the lead comes in from, all the leads funnel into the conversation areas of the mobile app, allows the person to simply respond just like it would with a text message to that person, whether they're from Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram DM, or the website chat widget. I mean, you could do either one of those. So it's a great tool for the owner just to have one little mobile tool. When they're ready to respond to people, they can pull out their mobile app, open up the Lead Connector mobile app, and then respond to all of their inquiries very quickly and see them. So that's another great selling feature. The missed call text back. This is a great one. Now, this one I found really helps out for those offices that really can't afford a receptionist, or that just don't have one. Right now there's a shortage. People are not necessarily willing to work for a certain dollar amount, so some places just can't hire a receptionist because it's not cost effective. So in order to do that, sometimes the owner is currently busy. They might be helping out a client, they might be busy with their customers, they can't always answer the phone, and when that phone rings to a service or product-based business, that means that you could potentially losing that lead. That lead is now going to go to the next person on their list and then call them for their product or services. So having that missed call text back offers a real-time engagement. That right there is a benefit to them. So if they don't have that, you definitely want to be able to tell them that you can offer that for them. Now, I don't have it on here, but kind of like with missed call text back, if you set up the LC phone system, you're going to need to do that in order to even enable missed call text back. It's sort of like a subcomponent of the missed call text back. But if you have the phone number through HighLevel setup, you get all the call reporting, call tracking as well. So that call reporting, call tracking, and the missed call text back all kind of get lumped in together. Okay, so you could sell those features as well, because what you want to do is you want to put a HighLevel number in there and then you want that high level number to forward to their main business line. So high level is really kind of in between, but all it does is track the phone calls. That's really all you want to do. How many phone calls are all of these new lead sources generating every month to prove to the owner that your high level system is worthwhile, and so forth. So that's a part of it. The next thing is Google My Business Chat. Those people, if they don't already, we are going to be taking a look at their Google My Business. Either they have one set up, they don't have one set up. If they don't, that could be a revenue stream by helping them get those set up and dealing with what I call local SEO. Now, I'm not going to go over local SEO in this particular video, but if you haven't checked it out, go check out the other video on my channel regarding it. It's an absolute must for local brick and mortar companies. You have to have local SEO. You don't need the long-term SEO. You don't need to pay for that. You just need to have local SEO because, you want to attract local customers. That's the whole point. So Google My Business, if they don't have that set up correctly, that means like the messaging feature inside of Google My Business, they'll need to have that turned on so that when you integrate high level to the Google My Business, now the chat feature can come across into the conversations area. But if you don't have messaging turned on at Google My Business level, that conversations will never take place because it won't be happening. But you as the agency owner, as a benefit to them, can walk them through how to get that set up to allow one more mechanism for clients to potentially contact the company from the Google My Business listing. So that's a benefit, as well as being able to integrate with Facebook Messenger and Instagram DM. So your social media sites, I didn't put the social media planner on here. I know that's a little bit something extra, but that's not an immediate thing. That could be an auxiliary service that you provide to the client. If they want to do social media postings and you manage all their social media through high level, that's a whole other service, but not like a real quick win. The real quick win is like they've got a Facebook page, most likely already set up, business page. Well, how can those leads get sucked into to high level so I can respond to people on Facebook? How can I connect to Instagram DM if those people connect to my business on Instagram? So those are the important things. You don't ever know where a lead is going to come from, but you want to make sure you can capture those leads, funnel those leads on a high level. Once you funnel them in there, then you use one particular tool to be able to communicate back with them to allow your customer to get more customers. So, your client, that's your customer. You're wanting them to get more customers because the more customers they get, the more worthwhile your monthly service provides and becomes. And they might go from tier 1 to a tier 2 level when they see the importance of it. You might have a couple of tiers that you offer people. So they might go from one plan to the next highest plan when they see the benefit of how these services are working for them. Perfect. So I just wanted to give you that real quick for the agencies and consultants out there. Some people just don't know where to start. What features to really go out and try to sell when they're prospecting. These are quick wins. These are just absolutely must things that businesses have to have in order to function on a daily basis, to gather leads, to consolidate leads, and then to grow their business through reviews. So perfect. Now let's get back to high level and look at their prospecting tool. So here is the new prospecting tool we're going to walk through real quick and show you how that particular thing works, and then how I begin stalking my prospects over the internet. I use stalking in a very loving way, but just we're going to go and click on add a prospect. And it depends on your niche, whatever you want to have. But for right now, for those people, I don't mean this in a bad way, I'm going to try chiropractors near, let's say, Boston, Massachusetts. So you can type this in, and again, you could prospect from wherever you are, anywhere. Just put in, chiropractor near, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, chiropractor near Phoenix, Arizona, wherever you're at. You could pick any particular major municipality, and this is nice because this feature integrates with Google My Business, so it pulls in their business listing. So before we get started, let's take a quick look at what we just see right now. Notice we have a map with all these little red buttons on it that have chiropractors nearby. I'm going to scroll down here. Notice that, first of all, we get the client. Here we get the address. We automatically get their ranking, the number of rankings, 162 ratings, 72, 77. So if you look at this, notice that, if one person has a high amount, and then let's just say, I'm just going to scroll, let me just scroll over here, like these people right here. If you have somebody like this Diamond Chiropractic with 17 ratings, you might go to them and say, do you realize your competition has, 10 times as many reviews as you, you really need to get more reviews, because the more reviews you have leads to more customers, period. That's always a good business practice. The more Google reviews you have, people look at these reviews as gold. The more reviews you have, the more customers you're going to get. So you need to work on your review management. If you don't have a system for that, let me sell you our system for that. So I'm going to come back here to this one. Notice you get the rankings. You could tell it says a little thing about WordPress, so you can see, is their website WordPress or not? You know, if you're interested, depending on if you're a WordPress service provider, that you could do things with that or not. But you get a quick view, and you can simply come back here and get some more information if you wanted to. But right now, what I want to do is, this is just their basic information. But what I want to do is I want to come over here, and of course it went away. So let me put it back in. So right now, I'm going to pick this first one here, Copley Square Chiropractic. But before I click on this, one of the things I do here, because the prospecting tool is going to take a few minutes to run. And while that's running, I want to show you some other prospecting tools to kind of run things in parallel, so you don't waste your time waiting on this thing to go through before you proceed. But Copley Square Chiropractic, you just want to say, let's see, Copley Square Chiropractic. Now, here's what should happen. If somebody has Google My Business listing set up, and it's set up correctly, if you type in the exact name of the business, which would appear on that prospecting report, you should see on the right-hand side of the screen, you should see their Google My Business listing. Now, if you do not see a Google My Business listing, then you know something is wrong. That could be a flag right then. Make a note of it. You know, this Copley Square Chiropractic, you know, no GMB listed, or no GMB is coming up, which means that they could have their Google My Business not set up at all. It could be set up improperly, or something is wrong that doesn't allow it to pull up. So if we do this and we do a search for it, boom, look at what we get. Copley Square Chiropractic. We see their Google My Business listing, which is this listing right here. Now, if we did it right, we should also see the Copley Square Chiropractic. Their business should pop up if their website is set up, at least with the right search engine optimization, with the keywords of their business, just so that their business shows up as number one. Now, notice there is no sponsored. They don't say sponsored ads, so they're not paying for ads on this. These are all organic. But this right here just shows you that their website pulls up, which is great. It means that they have a website. So we'll take a look at their website in a minute. But now that we've done this, I want to come back over here and let me click on this. Oh, sorry. Oh, of course. Chiropractors near. So if we come over here and just click Save Prospect. So right now this is generating the report. We will let that run, and we will come over here and just use them as an example. So right now we see you're looking at a few things here. First of all, you're checking out their Google My Business. Do they have some of the key things for Google My Business optimization? Now, if you haven't, I've got a whole other video series, playlist on my YouTube channel that goes over GMB optimizations. They're all shorts. You could go through it in 15 minutes. So you can go through all of that, but I'll point out a few things here. First of all, they need to make sure their address is correct. I know this seems simple, but they need to have a full, complete address. If they don't, that's a problem. Hours of operation. If you click on this, they should have all of their hours of operation listed, which they do here, which is great. That's the next thing that we need to look at for optimization. Now, obviously, I'm looking at the score rating. There's a 4.9 with 162 Google reviews, so they must be doing good service. That's what I would anticipate if they have 162 people and it's a 4.9 rating. That's a lot of reviews, but keep in mind, people can always use more reviews in their business. But these look pretty good, but that's a good indication. Right now, their phone number, make sure they have a phone number listed, appointments, that they actually have something listed for the appointment. Now, here, I always like to kind of have my clients have questions and answers. This is something because every business has questions that people call in and the receptionist deals with every single day. You know, do you accept this insurance? Do you accept cash customers? You know, do you handle sciatic problems, do you whatever. These are all problems that you as a business, if you've been in business for any length of time, you will know what your customers call in and ask about. You will know the top 10 questions. Rather than sit back and have them to call and answer those questions, it's a great idea to put those in here. You can go to the Google My Business listing, go to the Q&A section. You can add a question that your clients would ask, and then you can post an answer under it, just so that those questions and answers can be listed here at the Google My Business listing. That way the customer does not need to call to get them answered. They can look at it right here. So that's a great thing, but it's okay if not a lot of people have it. But right here, you just see everything else looks pretty good. Now, one of the other things I like to do is look at the photos, because right now there's a photos and video area that you have. If you're a business, you should have a picture of, the front of your business to kind of see what people look like from the street, where it is, if they're going to come there, what it would look like. The inside, your office, your waiting room, maybe some of your equipment, the staff. I mean, just all of these things are quick and easy things you could take on your cell phone and upload that give it a more personal touch. So when people look at your business, they don't look at it as just like an unknown. They see friendly, smiling faces. They see warmth. They see that type of warm, fuzzy stuff. So they feel more attracted to calling you. So if we take a look at the photos and notice that this is a great building, Boston's got great architecture, but look at this, man, this is just a beautiful building. For this one here, but look at this one. Great, nice office reception area. Here's an example of their office. Their chair. So nice brick building. So they've just really nice architecture. Here's another view from the street, and they even get, I have no idea who this person is, but beautiful smiling face, professional. Look at that. They're wearing suits. They're smiling. They're happy. These are fun people. So do you see you kind of see what I'm getting at? This is what you're looking for. If your clients don't have this, you want to make sure that you put them out there, because this gives your Google My Business listing a personal touch. This could be why a customer calls you instead of somebody else. Now, you can tell this to your clients. So if your clients aren't set up that way, but for the most part, Copley Square Chiropractic looks to be set up pretty well. Now, right now, so the Google My Business listing, you could take a look and kind of pick that apart to see how well things are going and maybe make some notes over that. The next thing is to simply come over here and open up their website. So now a couple of things that you want to make sure their website has is you want to make sure they have contact page, you want a phone number, you want a call to action, you want something on there that's going to allow leads to be driven to your particular client. Because guess what? When you have lead generation on a website, that means the website is going to need forms, lead, like a CRM system to gather those leads, automation to process those leads, maybe pipelines and opportunities to put leads in certain stages and then move them from one stage to another. Guess what HighLevel does, people? Exactly. You got my point. So with this, you could sell them the whole package on this one here if they don't have something. Or let's just say that the person's using, they're using WordPress website now. You can migrate that WordPress into HighLevel very easily. It's a great tool. I've used it before. It copies and puts all of the plugins, all the features, all the settings right back into HighLevel by just exporting from one area, dragging a file, uploading it to HighLevel, boom, it's up there. And now you can make money every month from that client hosting their WordPress. So instead of them having WordPress over here and CRM over here and billing over here and their reputation management over here, they've got all these different systems running that their employees have to go to log into different areas. Now you're giving them one central system that handles everything for them, and you can probably undercut all of those other software costs. They might be costing them $500 a month. You might offer it to them for $399 and give them a $100 discount and be able to give them additional features inside of HighLevel that they don't even have yet, like what I mentioned earlier, social media posting. So handle all of your social media accounts. I know if you're using like Hootsuite for that, I was paying like $150 a month for that thing. That's just for social media posting. Crazy, isn't it? But anyway, you see some of the benefits that you can do when you're prospecting, when you talk to your particular prospect, and this is when you actually do get a conversation with them. What are they using currently? How much those things are costing if they want to have an honest conversation with you, and then tell them, what if I could provide all of this stuff for you and at a much greatly reduced cost, and we can be the management, we can be the partner that manages that for you all the time. And that right there may be a huge benefit and plus to them. So let's continue with the website. So some of the things that I would say on a website, you would need to have, just your phone number, a way to contact things, schedule an appointment, contact us form, hours of operation. I mean, if they find you, if they don't look at your Google My Business listing and they just look at your website, you should have hours of operation on here. Maybe some of the services that you provide should be on here as well. But one of the things that you should have is you should have testimonials. Testimonials are social proof that your customers, your potential prospects can have on their website that gives them credibility from other people that have already come in. For instance, there's 162 reviews on Google, 162 people saying, maybe not 162, I didn't look at the negatives, but a lot of people saying these people are great, go to them. And you want to make sure that you put that front and center for that they can see that on your website and look at all of your reviews from here. So let's just take a look here. They've obviously got their phone number up in here, which they've got a mobile. Notice it's linked. So on the mobile device, if you go there, you can just tap the phone number and call. That's a great feature. I didn't include that, but if the website doesn't have that, you want to have a tap to call. No much of a pain. It's a real pain, for instance, if you don't have that and somebody now has to go from the web to the phone and then try to memorize your phone number and type it back in when you could just provide that little click, dial phone number right from a mobile device. So here they've got request appointment. You can click here to go to the appointment form. That's great. I'm going to go back here and look at the main page, but that's great because they've got a call to action right above the fold, which is perfect. And here's, I guess here's that lady. She's a doctor there. Office hours, perfect. So there we go. It's a real cool little widget, whatever you want to call it. But all the office hours, chiropractic care, the services that they offer, what do they do, request an appointment. Now, look at this. I have a very good positive experience. Great. But do you see what this is? This is, pretty typical of a review because they just gave the first name. They didn't give anybody else. But that's only one person. Like this area would be beautiful if it had like client testimonials and you saw your 4.9 Google review over here with all of these particular people, all the cool things they have to say, and people can look at all these people. But right now, all they have is just Peter here. So do you see the kind of power that you can offer them just from that? Also, notice down here, they've got this, but what do they not have? There's not any kind of a website chat widget or something like that here. I'm not exactly sure that's accessibility, but there's no widget on here that allows me to customer on their website to communicate directly with them. So that's another thing that you could sell them. Mr. Prospect, I noticed on your website you don't have a website chat widget. How many people are visiting your website? Do you have Google Analytics set up on your website? Do you know how many people visit your website? Well, if you don't, we could set that up for you. Real quick, super easy, takes less than 10 minutes. I have another video on my channel covering Google Analytics, but just you can offer them that as well. Because if they're not tracking people that visit their website, how many website views, how long people stay, then that's a wasted opportunity. Google Analytics is free, and they can look at those reports on a monthly basis to see how well people are getting to their website and begin utilizing it. So anyway, having this review section, that's another thing that you can have on here. But if you look at the website in general, you can tell like people that have crappy websites and then people that have well-designed websites. Now, me personally, looking at the way this is laid out, looking at the work that went into this is a professional website. I mean, it looks good, very well laid out. So you might not want to offer them like a website rebuild on this one. If somebody has a really bad website, then you might want to offer that to them as well. Hey, Mr. Prospect, I realize your website really isn't set up very well. And it could have just been them setting their website up on a GoDaddy website builder 5 years ago, and they've never touched it since. They just wanted to get something up on the website. Well, you can offer them one of the templates inside of HighLevel, one of the niche templates, and utilize that for their to get them 90% of the way there, and then customize it with their brand colors, logo, and things like that, and give them a completely new website. And you could say all of your hosting fees, you never have to pay for a hosting fee again, because HighLevel website hosting fees are included inside of the package of HighLevel. So if they're paying $15 a month over here for their website, that's another $15 that you can roll into your subscription plan that now they don't have to pay for. They don't have to go to that GoDaddy and log in to make any changes in case they change hours. They can contact you, the agency, and your team can then log into the site inside of their sub account, change their office hours real quick and easy, and there it is. You're their tech partner, and they can subscribe to whatever package you have to offer. You kind of seeing where this is going? So these are the things that you can offer your prospects by just looking at it. Now, one of the things I like to do also is I like to look at their Facebook page. So notice there is a Facebook link here, so I'm going to take advantage of that and use it. So here, if we take a look at it, the reason I like looking at Facebook is because the HighLevel integration integrates with Google and it integrates with Facebook and Instagram. Now, Facebook allows people to leave reviews on Facebook too. So if we come back here, notice that this is 162 reviews, but these are not all the reviews they've got. These are just the Google reviews. Now, if you come back in here, notice that they have 25 more reviews with a 4.8 rating on Facebook. Guess what the HighLevel reputation management widget does? It pulls Facebook, Google together and combines both of them. So now they have like 190 reviews with a rating from, with a 4.8, 4.9 rating from both of them. So that's the power of the widget. So that's why I like looking at Facebook and just making sure, number one, that they're set up correctly, because ultimately the information on their website, their address and stuff, like on the Google My Business listing that you see here, this information should match this information on Facebook. Now, we're going to see that in the report that we generated. When we pop back over to the prospecting tool, we will take a look at that report and show you what it looks like inside there to make sure that we can look at any discrepancies, any inaccuracies in information. But one of the things I will tell you is Google does not like it when your Google My Business has one information, Facebook has another. If you're on Yelp, Yelp has another, or if you're on yellowpages.com, they have another, or Chamber of Commerce, and the information is wrong over there. Google doesn't like that. So they like it whenever you can have a centralized information. Everything is the same across all these systems. Now, if your client doesn't have this, guess what else you can offer them as an agency owner? Anyone? Yext. Yext is a business directory synchronization service inside of HighLevel that you as the agency owner can sell to your client and profit off of every single month. So that's something that's available in the $297 and the $497 plan inside of HighLevel, but that's another service that you can offer them. And what it does, it takes all of their all of their HighLevel information and then pushes that to all of the directory databases that we're going to look at on the prospecting report here. But let's just take a quick look at their Google here. We see so many people like them. We see their company is set right here. We see their phone number, 536-9119, 536-911. That's the same phone number, which is excellent. So a lot of the same information here. Now, the only thing about it is they do have a Gmail address. So that's one of those things where I personally, it goes back to sort of credibility. If you're a professional company, is a Gmail address wrong? Not really. But why wouldn't you have Copley Square, like office or info at CopleySquareChiropractic.com? Using your custom domain, you already have a website with that domain. Sending an email with that domain just kind of gives it more of a professional look too. But again, that might be splitting hairs. But anyway, that's just something else I look at. They see office hours, so their office hours are still accurate. So perfect. All of that stuff is set up, and it looks like they're doing very well here. They've got a nice background. They've got a phone number, call to action, their logo, things like that. So that looks pretty good. So this place is looking really well, but they're not 100% perfect. You could potentially sell these people some additional things depending upon the holes that they have. For instance, maybe they don't have reputation management, or that they're hiring a person to do this, and you can automate it through HighLevel. So anyway, these are some of the things I look at because these are all things that are publicly available to anybody. And you can help them out on all things. You can help them at Google My Business. You can help them build their website. You can help them update their Facebook page or create a Facebook page. All of these could be other services that you charge them. You don't have to give it away for free, but you can charge them to get all of these things set up together. Okay? Because there's a couple of top directories that are available. I just created a video over just like a real quick short over like the top 6 directory databases that are most popular. Facebook is one of them, Google, Apple Maps, things like that, Bing Places. Now, Bing is not the biggest search engine, but they get billions with a B, billions of searches a year, which means that your client could potentially get some money from that. So why would you not want to register your business there on Bing Places as well? So again, you kind of have to pick your poison, but it would only take you maybe an hour to update your client's information across the top 5 or 6 databases that could really help them generate more clients. Because keep in mind, Facebook, Google My Business, all of these places, all they want to do is drive business to the local business. They want to give you free customers. The only problem is some prospects, some companies can't take the volume of customers that they get. They just simply can't. So you and HighLevel can take your software that you put out there, automate that lead generation, and answer some questions through automation of workflows, and potentially send them to an appointment status, all without the client ever getting involved. Now, what is that worth to the client if you brought them 5 new customers a week, 50 new customers a month? How much is that worth to them? Is that worth a few $100s that you're charging them for your services? I would say so, but let's take a look back at the report. It should be finished by now. So here we go. This is what the report inside of HighLevel looks like. Notice that on here, the online health scores, there's 11 listings not found, 13 listings found. So it's more than half. So again, that's actually pretty good. Now, text-enabled business number says we detected that your listed phone number is not text-enabled. That right there is a great point to add. This is another reason why you would want to replace their main phone number, the one that's on their Google My Business, with a lead connector phone system number, because people can't text that number. And you always want to be able to open it up, to texting and voice phone calls, because people like to communicate in different ways. You never know what people are going to text. But if people can't text that main phone number, then they could potentially be losing clients. So this is just a great way to say, we would replace that phone number. You don't have to get rid of it. Your existing clients can still call your main phone number, but we're going to replace the ones that are publicly visible with our lead connector phone system. Number 1, so we can track the phone number and determine how many phone calls. Number 2, so we can actually make it SMS or text enabled. Number 3, so we can enable the missed call text back feature to open up a conversation in real time. Do you see what I'm saying? These are what you do to people when you're talking to them. As a benefit, this is what we want to do for you. And the end result of all this stuff that we're doing is to get you more clients without you, Mr. Business Owner, ever having to talk to them. We need to satisfy their questions, handle any objections they have, which can all be done through workflows, through texting back and forth. And that can all be handled as long as you have a conversation with them saying, what are some of your common questions that you get? That can be programmed in a workflow and create kind of a bot, if you will, a little bit of a bot to handle that. But those things can be handled. So I'm just trying to give you a lot of the things that you can come up and talk to people about that really make sense to people and make people really probably want to have a good, long second conversation with you, where they really talk about business, you talk about what plan you want to put people on, and so forth. But let's take a look at this report. I do kind of get sidetracked from sometimes, but again, I really enjoy helping you out here. Sometimes I get super excited, so forgive me. But here we take a look at some of the inaccuracies. Notice that the business name is different on some of them, or not present at all. The address is not present, phone number. So that kind of gives it a little bit like, yeah, your information is inaccurate. Their reviews are excellent. So right now, everything is green on this one. There's no red. So their reviews are great. Only thing you could do is, streamline the reputation management and review process. That's kind of what you could sell these people here. Now, next, if you look at the online reputation, 4.9, Facebook is 4.8. Examples of some of these are just some of the examples of some of the negative reviews people have had. But again, they'll look at a negative review and go, that person must have been crazy. But look at all these reviews. Now, these are the reviews that could be pulled in on the website to show people, like, this lady, Sam, during my first appointment, Dr. Michael made my back feel a lot better. I will continue to come to Copley Square Chiropractor for adjustments. You want to have all of these. You want to hear all of these different voices from the testimonials on the main website. That's a powerful feature if people ever go there. So these right here will be added, and currently they're not. So that's a selling point. here are some of the things regarding like Google Places, the listing is found, Facebook, Bing. So these people have their listing put out there and their address is correct, their phone number is correct, the name of their business is correct. So they're doing pretty well. I mean, I'll have to give it up to them. But then there are some other ones here that there's no match. So would they be interested in the X or not? Maybe not. It depends upon how much it costs and if they feel it's worth it and they can get some additional customers from it. But for the most part, the report's pretty good. But some of the things that you can simply go back is some of the inaccuracies of, do you want to update your online profile information across all internet databases so you can potentially grab customers no matter where they come from? Okay, so here's the report. HighLevel does save the report inside of the system. Now, how do you get this report to a prospect? So now that you've gone through, and again, let's kind of do a recap here. I know this has been a lot. I've said a lot here. I'm just super excited to be here with you guys. But we're looking at the marketing report. We've seen the Google My Business listing. We've looked at the website. We've looked at their Facebook page. So we've looked and see all the things that we talked about, the problems, like, what they have, what they don't have. You can make a listing of all of these things and you can do a couple of different things. Number one, I would always recommend you do this prospecting with local clients first. Now, why do I say that? Because I would want you to walk into the local client's business. You can print this report, print this out in a nice color page and hand it to them. It's a tangible thing that you can leave with them. But go have a conversation with the owner about some of the things that you saw, some of the things that you noticed. And would that person be open to having maybe a 30-minute Zoom call with you later where you can show them online some of the issues and some of the solutions that you can present to them from HighLevel? This is the common conversation where you could sit back and maybe get a little bit more intimate. The first conversation is more or less to build rapport. Is this the kind of person I want to be dealing with? Is this person likable? And, is this person sound respectful? Do they sound intelligent? Do they make good points? Well, if you can make them on the second call, this is where they would feel a little bit more open to providing financial information. Like, can you please tell me where your website's hosted? Oh, it's hosted through GoDaddy. Do you mind telling me? I don't know what plan you're on, but how much do you pay for website hosting? I don't remember. It's like maybe $200 a year. I just pay for it all at one time. Okay, understood. So what about your scheduling software, your online appointments? What do you use for that? How do you get reviews? Can you help me understand some of the review process that your company goes through, and how do you end up getting reviews? Do you get reviews from every customer? Do you have a little QR code like on the front counter that people can scan and go leave a review right then? Do you offer something like that? If not, you could provide that. You could take the link that you have in HighLevel, the reputation management link. You can copy that, go to a free QR code, create a QR code for that, and then create a nice little banner, put their logo at the top and, a little just 8x11 piece of paper, have a nice big QR code and put it in a little plastic placard and stick it right on the counter. And then the people at the reception desk says, great, how was your visit? Oh, my visit was excellent. I love you guys. Great. Do you mind using your phone and going to the QR code right here, open it up and leaving us a great review on Google? It would really, truly help us out. Would you be able to do that right now? And you can even get the review right there before they leave. So that right there is just something that you can offer them that they may not even know to set up, but it's quite easy to do so. So those are things that you can sit back and talk about with your clients when you're prospecting, getting a little bit more financial information, and simply coming back to it says, well, it looks like you're paying $600 a month for all of these tools to run your business. And you're having different platforms to run this. I'm going to evaluate this. I'm going to kind of take this all in. And do you mind if we set up another phone call where I can kind of show you some of the solutions to see if that would be worthwhile for you? Or you could even do it during that phone call if you like. But this is where you pitch them your package. What package you have. I have a $297 package that I offer all of the things that you're talking about here. It includes a social media planner. You can have email and text templates, so we can potentially look at doing what they call database reactivation. That's a whole other service that we haven't talked about. And in HighLevel, Rob Bailey is the man when it comes to database reactivation. But that's another service that you can offer them in the past. They have all these clients that haven't been there in months. Why not try to reactivate those existing clients? But you really can't get to that point if they're not a client of yours to begin with. So you might mention that to them. that you offer that particular service, and that could be a service that you offer on top of it. Maybe there's a base level package, and then there's a package plus database reactivation, whatever it is you want to offer, but get them on board. If they're paying $600 a month for that, and you can tell them that I'm offering you this for $400, I'm going to be the partner that handles and manages all this stuff for you, so you don't have to deal with that anymore. We're going to be your partner for that. We're going to pull all this information in and do this for you. Now, you might offer a migration cost, like, hey, it's going to cost you $500 or $1,000 for us to migrate you over. We'll do that over the weekend, and you'll be on our system, from one weekend to another. We'll need to shut down on Friday, and then by Monday, we'll have you up and running on our system completely and have everything already set up for you. What would that sound like for you, Mr. Business Owner? So now, deliverables, how do you get that to them? So here, if you come up to this top, you can click on Share Report. It creates a link. I'm going to copy this link, come over here and paste it in. And this is what the report looks like when you send it out. You can email this if you want to email it out to somebody. You might want to do cold email marketing to email this out to people. I really wouldn't recommend that initially. If this is a new market, you might want to test the waters, go through local clients first, practice your sales pitch, get your sales pitch down completely where you're handling all of the owner's objections. You're gathering all the objections that you find, and now you're able to handle that. That would be perfect. So that's what you're looking for. You're going to get all that information down, and then once you do that, now you could probably automate that and build that into a sales funnel where you have a video on a sales page that does all this stuff. And if you're dealing with the $497 plan at HighLevel, you can actually include your SaaS configurator plan on that. And right now, I know if you sign up with HighLevel with me, I offer a snapshot that we offer that has an onboarding funnel that handles all of this and goes through multiple different steps. But you would definitely need an onboarding funnel for your client to pick out what plan to get signed up, and then from what to do after that. So that right there can all be done automatically, from that. But ultimately, it goes back to getting the client. You can print this out, just simply print this, and this is the same report that we just saw. It does have some valuable information. You could do remote emailing. There's lots of different things that you can do. Okay, so the cool thing about this is that all of this stuff comes with your HighLevel, and all the other prospecting that I just showed you about is completely free. I mean, if you wanted to, you could search their Instagram. You can go into great detail, but personally, I really don't think you need that. I think looking at their business, if their Google My Business isn't showing up, that's problem number one. You can help them fix that. Now, if they don't have a website, that's another big one. What if they don't even have a website? You can offer them, just use a template. It could be a simple one-page website. Does not have to be fantastic. It just has to have the basic components: a phone number, contact, call to action, hours of operation. If there's a service-based company, maybe what their services are, how much their services cost. Those type of things. Testimonial widgets from everything on the main screen for credibility. That's basic stuff that you could set up, so you can offer them that if they don't already have one. So next, if they don't have a Facebook page, you could tell them about setting up, you could set up a Facebook page for them that has all the information, as well as getting their business listed in those top directories. These are things that you can do for them, but you don't have to give it away. You can charge them for that. But these things have value. So getting them set up to where it looks like these Copley Square chiropractic, because this honestly is set up pretty well. I mean, I'll have to give it up to them, that they did a great job with this. So, but not everybody is going to be this way. And you can simply, print that out, walk into the offices, have a meeting with somebody here. If you want to call them over the phone, maybe drop this off and say, hey, I have a service. We have an internet marketing business that we help customers get more leads and provide automation, so you're not always on the phone with customers. Whatever your sales pitch is, you can simply go there, leave a deliverable, try to set up an appointment, preferably a Zoom call, because that's probably easiest for you once you're at home, or even talk to them if you get there after hours. Might have a quick phone call and then set up a Zoom call with them later if they're interested. So I hope you understand all of these things lead to these services right here. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Reputation management, website chat widget, the mobile app, all of these things are business valuable things that you can offer your clients that they don't currently have. And here's the benefit. Your package, what you're offering, is probably going to be cheaper than what they're currently using for the sum of all the costs they're currently using. you could probably beat that price, and you can offer them additional services. Again, like the social media planner. A lot of people do social media posting. They want to post it out there, but you have to pay for that service. Well, if you have HighLevel, you can offer them that service, and you can even sit back and use the new content AI feature inside of HighLevel to have your team create those posts for them, charge them for those posts, and then also charge them to update their social media sites for you. And you can encompass and do all of that for them for an additional fee. Maybe this is the base package, and then base package plus social media posting is this. You see how you can do that? There's lots of different ways you can spin and sell HighLevel and their services. So that's about it, guys. I hope you found the video useful when it comes to prospecting, how you can go out and find information about clients in any market using the HighLevel prospecting tool. You've got a deliverable. You can go talk to people. You can email them because their email address, keep in mind, is right here. If you do need to email them, you can email them at this address. Or, if you want to, you can come back to their website and probably go to the contact page. The contact page probably has a form, and you can fill this stuff out and contact us. Put in there, a little description about, hey, I noticed that your internet site has some inconsistencies and some things that we can help you out with. Would love to hop on a 15-minute Zoom call to at least help you understand what I saw. Thank you so much. We look forward to hearing from you. Something like that. So these are all things that you can sit back and sell, but please remember these. There are so many things else that HighLevel has, included from email templates, form building, funnels, websites, all of that kind of cool stuff, CRM, workflows, automation, but those things come in behind the scenes. Those aren't, in a sense, sexy to people. These things on the screen right here, these are the sexy things, because these are the things that lead to leads, to turn leads into prospect, leads into cash, whatever you want to call it, and get them to schedule an appointment. So converting leads into customers. So that's what these things are. Guys, thank you so much for hanging in this video. I know it was a little bit longer. I wanted to go over several different things, share you some thoughts, some ideas about how you can go out and sell things to prospects here locally or even abroad. Keep in mind, you could prospect from any place across the U.S. to any major city. You just saw it here. I'm in Missouri and I'm prospecting, in Boston. So you can do that. You can go through. Now, the problem is that this does take time. Now, here's one of the things that you can do, and I'll leave you with this. As your business begins to grow, you as a business owner simply can't spend all of the time that we just spent on every prospect. When you get started, there's a certain level or number of customers that you have before it makes sense to start bringing in like a virtual assistant. Now, if you have a virtual assistant, this is where the virtual assistant can then, as long as you document all the stuff that we just went through here, you can document that. It could be a video, could be, a document, whatever it is. Pass it off to the VA and then have the VA do all these prospecting things for you. So they can prospect, the highest prospect, meaning the one that needs your services the most, to the people that maybe not need your services the most. Because obviously people who don't have a Google My Business listing, don't have a website, their web information is sporadic, they don't have any reviews. I mean, these businesses, they need help. So they would probably, much rather approve your services and buy your services than maybe the Copley Square Chiropractic company that we looked at here, because they seem to have their stuff together. Not saying that you couldn't sell it to them, but it might be a harder sell because they might already have their clients. They might already be, they might already have their business going, and they might not need your services. So anyway, that's the things you're going to run into. Guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please help me out. Leave me a comment, if you found these things useful, not useful. If there's things I missed in here, questions that you have, please leave me a comment below. I always appreciate just your comments, because I will get back to every one of them, reply back to it. It only helps make me better and informs more people that watch this video. If you have the same question, most likely somebody else does as well. I'd love to be able to answer it or even create another video that covers that if it's long enough. Thank you so much for looking at my video and hanging in there on my channel. Have a great day. Hey, I want to thank you again for visiting my channel and give you one more little thing here. If you are interested in HighLevel and getting some additional HighLevel training, please see the link in the description below. I do have a free course I'm offering that covers everything related to HighLevel and gives you all the information that you need to know. Thank you so much and have a great day.